Hello everyone, my name is Lalit Soni and you are watching InNews by Drishti IAS. In this video, we will be talking about the removal of the judges from the judiciary. When we are talking about India, in the Indian constitution, there are only two grounds which are given. One is misbehavior and second is incapacity, on which or the basis of which you can remove a judge. Recently in Rajya Sabha, there was this motion which has been initiated by the opposition India Alliance regarding removal of Allahabad High Court judge. We'll be talking about the news and then we will go into the procedure and we will see how many judges has been removed so far. So let's start our discussion. Here you can see motion to impeach Allahabad High Court judge has been initiated. So we will be talking about that. So here today we'll be starting with the news. Then we will be talking about the legal provisions. We will be seeing that in India, when we talk about the constitution and other acts which are there, statutory provisions which are there. So we'll be talking about that how a judge can be removed. Okay. Then moving further, grounds for the removal, we will be talking about that. As I already told you, there are two grounds. So we will be seeing what are they. Then procedure for the removal, we will be going for the whole procedure from the initiation till a judge is removed. Okay. Then historical instances and the high threshold for the removal, we will be talking about that. And in the end, there will be a practice question for you. Okay. Now let's start the discussion. Before that, we are having a ISGS Foundation course in English medium, first offline batch at the Noida Sector 15 Center. So that batch is starting from 12th of December, 6 p.m. Address is given C171/2 Block A, Sector 15, Noida. For more information, you can call on this number, that is 9311406440. Other than that, at our different centers, that is Prayagraj, Lucknow and Karol Bagh, we are starting UPSC GS Foundation courses for English medium and Hindi mediums. So at Prayagraj Center, from the 2nd of January 2025, we are starting two batches. One is for Hindi medium, one is for English medium. For Hindi medium, timing is 6 p.m. For English medium, timing is 5:30 p.m. At Lucknow Center, we are starting the batch from 23rd of December 2024. For English and Hindi medium, timing will be 11:30 a.m. And at the Karol Bagh Center, that is the Delhi Center, 23rd December 2024, timing is 8 a.m. for English medium. Okay. Now moving further, we have another initiative for you, that is Sambhav 2025, which is initiative by Drishti IAS on our website. This is an integrated you can say initiative wherein you will be going for the prelims as well as mains practice. Here you will be getting 10 daily prelims practice questions and 2 daily mains practice questions. Okay, you will be able to track your ranking in the real time basis and you can go at the CIS website and explore this option. Okay, now let's start with the discussion here. The news, if we talk about why this initiative or you can say these removal proceedings has been initiated in Rajya Sabha. So let's see. Opposition India bloc parties in Rajya Sabha are moving to impeach Justice Shekhar Kumar Yadav of Allahabad High Court. Okay, the motion follows a controversial remark at the event advocating for a uniform civil code by a High Court judge. Now 38 Rajya Sabha MPs signed the petition by Wednesday and 50 signatures are required to move the motion. The Supreme Court has sought a detailed report on his remark. Now this is the news. Recently he has made a remark and because of which the opposition in Rajya Sabha, they are basically going for initiating these proceedings. As I told you, there are 50 signs or for the support is required, out of which they have got 38 till now. Okay. Now let's see the legal provision. Now when we are talking about the legal provisions, there are certain articles in the constitution which are talking about the removal. When we talk about the article 124 clause 4, that is saying that it is laying down the removal procedure for the Supreme Court judges, and similarly for the High Court judges it is there in 218, that is 218 article number, extends these provisions to High Court judges. So basically when we are talking about the legal provisions with respect to the removal, they are given in the article 124 clause 4 of the Indian Constitution for Supreme Court judges and 218 for High Court judges. In detail, now we will be seeing the procedure over here. Now grounds for removal, as I told you, there are two grounds which are mentioned. Okay, so let's see, under article 124 clause 4 there are two grounds. One is proved misbehavior. Okay, if judge has conducted a misbehavior, what will it be included in the misbehavior? That is action undermining the dignity, integrity or the impartiality of the judiciary. Second is incapacity, physical or mental incapacity of a judge to perform his duties. Okay, so these are the two grounds on which a removal can be initiated. Okay, other than that, when we are talking about the process of removal, this is an impeachment like proceeding. Okay, now when we talk about impeachment like proceeding, that means that the procedure will be like the impeachment of the president, but it is not called impeachment. It is called as impeachment like proceedings. Okay, So here you can see the judge of Supreme Court and the High Court can be removed by impeachment like procedure only on the two grounds that are laid in the Indian Constitution under Article 124 Clause 4, which is proved misbehavior and incapacity. The same provisions apply to High Court judges under Article 218. Now, before going into the procedure, I would like to tell you that how it is done. Okay. In summary, if we see, so in India, there are only two grounds on which a judge can be removed. That is proved misbehavior and incapacity. Now, for the initiation of the process, you can initiate the process either in Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. If you are initiating in Rajya Sabha, you will require a support of 50 MPs. And if you are initiating it in Lok Sabha, you will be requiring a support of 100 MPs. Okay. Now, once you have this support and motion is in the parliament, then there will be a special committee which will be constituted, and that committee will look into the allegation or the charges. Now, once the investigation is finished and committee thinks that the judge is guilty, then the motion will be voted in the houses of parliament separately. And then if the motion is passed by the special majority, that is you can say the total, when we are talking about the majority, 50% of the total membership and 2/3 of the members who are present and voting. This is the special majority which is required for the removal of a judge. Now, if the motion is passed in both the houses of parliament, then there will be a presidential order through which the judge will be removed. Now, this is the whole procedure for the removal of a judge. Till now, no judge has been removed by this. Okay. Now, let's go into the detailed provision. So here, procedure for the removal. The procedure is governed by the Judge Inquiry Act, that is 1968. As I told you, there are legal provisions which are given in the article of the Indian Constitution. Other than that also, there is a statute which is there, that is Judge Inquiry Act 1968. Okay, and it involves the following steps. One is initiation. As I told you, initiation can be there in Rajya Sabha or Lok Sabha. In Lok Sabha, you will be requiring support of 100 MPs. In Rajya Sabha, you will be requiring support of 50 MPs. So basically, you will be taking signs of these MPs. Okay. Once you got the sign, then there will be this particular, you can say, motion which will be presented in the, you can say, house of the parliament. Okay. The signed notice is submitted to the speaker of the Lok Sabha or the chairman of the Rajya Sabha. Now, moving further, the constitution of an inquiry committee. Now, the chair of the house will constitute an inquiry committee. Okay. Now, here you can say, once admitted, the speaker or the chairman forms a 3-member committee which will have Chief Justice of India, Chief Justice of a particular High Court, and a distinguished jurist nominated by the speaker or the chairman. There will be a distinguished jurist who will be nominated by the chair of the house. Okay. The committee investigates the charges, frame the charges, collect evidence, and conduct the hearings. Medical test may be recommended in the case of incapacity, as we have seen that there are two grounds. One is your proved misbehavior. So in that case, they will go for the investigation, they will take charges, evidences, etc. Then for the incapacity, they can go for the, you can say, medical test as well. Okay. Now this is the committee. Now what is the findings of what happens when the findings of the committee will come forward? So here you can see the committee submits its report to the speaker or the chairman. If not found guilty, the motion will be dropped. If the judge is found guilty, then it will be placed before the houses of the parliament for the voting. Okay. Now here you can see voting in the parliament. In both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, it will be passed separately. Okay. Here you will be requiring a majority, that is a majority of the total membership of each house. Okay. And then 2/3 majority of the members who are present and voting. So basically, you will be separately passing these you can say motion in the parliament. One, you will be taking the majority of the total membership, that is, let's say this is the total membership, you will be going for the more than just half of that. Okay, that is one, you can say the 50% of the majority. Then second is 2/3 of the members who are present and voting at that particular point of time. Okay, after that, once this motion is passed in both the houses of parliament, then presidential order will be signed by the president, and then the judge will be stand removed from that point of time. Okay. Now, when both the houses are passing the motion, the address is presented to the president, who issues an order for the removal of the judge. Okay. So this is the procedure. That proceeding will be initiated in either house of the parliament, be it Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha. In Lok Sabha, you will be requiring a support of let's say 100 MPs. In Rajya Sabha, you will be requiring a support of 50 MPs. Then the motion will be presented in front of the chair. and then there will be a constitution of a special committee which will be constituted by the chair of the house. If it is Lok Sabha, then speaker. If it is Rajya Sabha, then chairman. That committee will go through the charges, and if the committee found that the judge is guilty, then the motion will be put for the voting in the house of the parliament. Okay, it will come to the original house where proceeding was initiated. The house will vote over there, then it will be sent to the another house, then again another house will vote over that. If both the houses passing the motion with a special majority, that is 50% of the total membership and 2/3 of the present and voting, in that case this will be sent to the president, and president will pass an order for the removal of a judge. This is the procedure for removal of the judge. Okay, now let's move further here. Historic instances, if we talk about, so there are various instances which has happened in the past in which you can say proceedings has been initiated, but none of them was successful. Here you can say despite 6 attempts since independence, no judge has been successfully impeached. Okay, because first of all, the majority is you can say very difficult to get in the house. That is one. And second thing is, when we are talking about the steps, let's say there is this committee, and then there are various rounds of voting which are there in the Rajya Sabha and then in the Lok Sabha. Okay, so all this procedure is time taking. There are instances wherein while proceedings are going on, judges has resigned as well. Okay, so here you can say Justice V. Ramaswamy, he was found guilty of the financial impropriety in the committee investigation, but the motion was failed due to the lack of the support in the house of the parliament. Okay, then if we are talking about the Soumitra Sen, Justice Soumitra Sen, he has resigned before the Lok Sabha took up the motion. Okay, so considering that, it is very difficult to remove a judge in India. Okay, and why is that? This is to ensure that judiciary remains independent of the political influence. Okay, so this is about the removal proceedings. We have talked about the historical you can say incidents as well. And when we are talking about the last part, that is your MCQ practice, so let's see the question. How many MPs are required to sign a petition to move a motion for impeachment in Rajya Sabha? 25 MPs, 50 MPs, 100 MPs and 150 MPs. So you can attempt this question and answer to me in the comment box. With that, I would like to take your leave. Have a nice day. Thank you, and please subscribe the channel.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.